See this apartment building? What if I told you you could own a piece of it and thousands more like it with just £10 or 10,000 naira or thereabouts? No mortgage, no deposits, no joke. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how. I've saved the type of property that returned a jaw-dropping 460% for the last. So make sure you stay through, yeah? Welcome to WealthMotley. And for many of us, owning property feels like the ultimate financial goal, right? It feels solid, real, but the barrier to entry, the huge deposits, the mortgage can make it feel impossible. Well, today we're smashing that barrier with a powerful investment tool called REITs. A REIT, or a real estate investment trust, is a company that owns and operates massive portfolio of properties. By law, these companies must pay out at least 90% of their taxable income to shareholders like you and me as dividends. It's a legal cheat code for passive income. The global REIT market is worth over 2 trillion. This isn't some niche trick or something. It's a major part of the global economy. Today, I'm giving you the keys to 4 of these property empires. First, we'll explore, the empire of homes. Second, we'll look at the world of skyscrapers. Third, we'll look at the hidden empire that powers your online shopping. And finally, the comeback empire that's delivered that incredible over 460% return. So let's start with the first one. The first stop is the most relatable property empire, residential REITs. These are companies that own and operate thousands of apartment buildings and rental homes. When you invest in a residential REIT, you become a landlord at scale, collecting rent from potentially thousands of tenants, all without a single phone call about a broken boiler. A top player in this space is Essex Property Trust, ESS. The returns, if you put £1,000 into ESX, a couple of years ago, you would have about 1,340 today. A solid 30-something% returns. Plus, you get paid dividends every single year. So the real talk, this is a defensive, stable investment. On the risk scale, it's a 2 out of 5. People will always need a place to live, which means that rent checks are consistent. So if you're a conservative investor who loves the safety of the housing market and wants a stable passive income, this is a perfect fit for you. But if you are chasing aggressive growth, then this is not for you. This is not the rocket ship that you need. You can buy this on brokerage apps like Bamboo, Trove, Trading 212, Robinhood, so many. Wealth Simple. Just search for the ticker symbol ESS, you'll find it. So owning homes is the safety place. But what about betting on the heart of our cities, the iconic skyscrapers? That brings me to empire number 2. This second empire is a bold contrarian play in today's work from home world, Office REITs. These companies own huge office towers that define city skylines. Now, I know that you're probably thinking, but Charles, offices are dead now. And that's partly true for older buildings, but for premium state-of-the-art buildings in prime locations, demand is still strong. A recent study by Cushman and Wakefield showed that flight to quality is a huge trend, with companies paying top dollar for the best spaces. A powerhouse here is New York's Venado Realty Trust. The returns, Venado defied the odds and posted a 52% return just this last year. That would turn your £1,000 into £1,520 in just 12 months. So the real talk, this is a slightly higher risk play, a 3.5 out of 5, yeah? It's for the savvy investor who believes that top-tier city centers will always be valuable and is willing to go against the market narrative. But if you're risk averse, the uncertainty might just be a tad too much for you. Okay, so betting on properties is a sharp move. But what about the empire that you use every single day, probably without even realizing it? That brings me to our third and incredibly powerful option 3. This is the hidden empire that powers the modern world, Industrial REITs. We're talking about giant cutting-edge warehouses and logistics centers that power Amazon, Jumia, and get packages to your door. Every time you click buy now, you are fueling the demand for these properties. A study by Prologis, a leader in this space, found that for every 1 billion in e-commerce sale, an additional 1 million square feet of warehouse space is needed. The demand is massive. The global giant here is Prologis, PLD, that's the ticker symbol. The returns, the growth has been incredible. Over the past decade, a £1,000 investment in Prologis will have grown to 3,660. That's over 360% returns. Yeah, the real talk is that this is a pure growth play, a risk level of 3 out of 5. Betting on the unstoppable trend of e-commerce. It is perfect for the long-term investor who wants to align their money with one of the biggest economic shifts of our time. It pays a smaller dividend because it reinvests its profits into buying more warehouses. So if you need income now, this might not be for you. Yeah. Now, the growth of e-commerce is actually undeniable, but are you ready for the final one that I'm going to share with you? This one has defied expectations and delivered a jaw-dropping return that I promised. So let's talk about it. Yeah. The powerhouse property empire that has delivered over 460% return is Retail REIT, but not the ones that you think. We're not talking about the traditional shopping malls. We're talking specifically about outlet centers. A company like Tanga Factory Outlets, SKT, has thrived because they offer something you can't find online: brand name deals and a real-world treasure hunting experience. While other retail struggled, Tanga adapted, and the result for investors has been spectacular. What returns? If you had put £1,000 in Tanga 5 years ago, you would now have over £4,690. Now, this is a turnaround story and it carries a slightly higher risk of 4 out of 5. It shows that in a challenge sector, a smart business model can produce incredible results. This is for the investor who is willing to do their research to find hidden gems. It's not for the person who wants it simple, set and forget, all of those things. So how do you buy a piece of this different types of rates that I've told you for just £10? This is the secret they don't teach you anywhere. On modern platforms, you don't have to buy a whole expensive share. You can buy what is called fractional share. This means that with only your £10 or your 10,000 naira, you can buy a small slice of any of these companies and still be an owner. In the UK, you can use your tax-free ISA on platforms like Trading 212 or Free Trade. In Nigeria, you can use apps like Trove or Bamboo or Chaka to access, this US listed REITs. And in the US, you can definitely use Robinhood, Fidelity. The options are endless. In Canada as well, you can use Wealthsimple. The barriers to entry has been completely demolished. You have access, you have power. So, which one will you choose? The secret for smart investors is diversification. Here are 2 ways you can build a starter REIT portfolio with just your £1,000. Yeah, the steady income portfolio. You could put £600 into a stable residential REIT like the ESS for consistent dividends, and then £400 into an industrial REIT like the Prologis PLD for a bit of growth. So mix that. The contrarian growth portfolio. Feeling bold like myself, you could put £500 into the retail turnaround play Tanga and £300 into the Office REIT like Venado, and keep £200 in Industrial REIT PLD to balance it all out. The point is you can mix and match to feel your personal style. This is bigger than just money for me. For too long, we've been consumers of the global economy. We've rented apartments, shopped at this outlet, we like sales, you've ordered from warehouses, you probably do it every day. This is about shifting our mindset. It's about taking our place as owners. When you buy a REIT, no matter how small the share, you're building a legacy for your family that is literally set in stone and concrete. You are building wealth without borders. So please stop just renting the world. It's time to start owning it. If this video has opened your eyes to what's possible, the best way to continue this journey together is just to hit that subscribe button and join the WealthMotley movement. And to help you start your research, I have a free ebook right in the link at the top of the description. Download it and start building your own empire. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 4 do you like? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know other videos and other investments you're interested in, and I'll make a video out of it. See you on the next one.